Hi, Ryan Zupan here with the Mortgage Center Citywide. I know in my videos I'm really breaking down the topics into their most basic form, but explaining a fixed rate mortgage is very simple and I can do it very quickly. With a fixed rate mortgage, your interest rate and your minimum monthly payment are fixed for the length of your term. At the end of your term, remember, you're a free agent. You can go from fixed to variable, you can change your amortization, you can go to a different bank, but for as long as your term is, that interest rate, that minimum monthly payment, will be the same. So today, the best 5-year fix we're looking at is 3.69%. That means for 5 years, you're going to have that interest rate. Of course, you can always make more than your minimum monthly payment to a certain extent, but you cannot ever pay less for the length of your term. So I think a better topic we can get into here is explaining where do fixed rates come from? How does the bank decide that today the 5-year fixed is going to be 3.69%? Remember last week talking about a variable rate, we said that the Bank of Canada is the one that's ultimately in the driver's seat. They're the one who are going to determine your variable interest rate each month or two. Fixed rates are slightly different. They're controlled by the open markets. So after mortgages are arranged, they're packaged up together, and the bundle is sold to the open markets as mortgage-backed securities. Mortgage-backed securities are quite safe places to put your money. In fact, the risk is so low that they actually compete with government bonds as safe havens for your money. So when the bond yield increases, if I'm an investor, all of a sudden this bond is more attractive for me to invest in than the mortgage-backed securities. So to counter this, banks will raise fixed interest rates so that they are more competitive with the corresponding government bond. So the question we have here is, with a government bond, the income that bond produces is fixed. So why would someone want to pay more or less for that fixed amount of income? Well, that's determined by supply and demand. When the markets are in turmoil, people want a safe place to put their money. So they're going to look at things like government bonds. The more people that want to buy this bond, the higher that price is going to go. And bond price and yield have an inverse relationship. When bond price goes up, the yield goes down. Conversely, when bond price goes down, the yield increases. So if we look at the economy we've seen for the last 3 years, the markets have been kind of shaky. Because of that, people want to invest in bonds. Bond price goes up. The bond yield has been quite low for the last 3 years. We've had some of the lowest fixed interest rates we have ever had in history. Now, if the markets were strong and investors were looking to take more risk onto their profile, they'd move away from bonds. The price of bond would go down, the yield would increase, and fixed rates will increase. So looking ahead, the economy is likely going to be improving at some point, or the markets will rather, and fixed rates are going to start to increase. Now, typically the spread between the bond yield and the corresponding fixed interest rate is about 1.2%, somewhere in that range. But fixed interest rates are a lot like gas prices. When they're very quick to increase, but they're very slow to trickle down. So when the spread is thin between the bond and the fixed interest rate, it will increase quickly, but it will be slow to decrease. So if you want to get an idea of when fixed interest rates are going to increase, keep an eye on the corresponding bond yield. Or you can contact your friendly neighborhood mortgage broker, Ryan Zupan. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to my next videos where we're going to continue this series on fixed versus variable.